Hi, I'm David Mills, Principal and Auctioneer for McGrath Estate Agents, Northern Rivers and Southern Gold Coast. I'm here to share with you my top tips for bidding at your auction this weekend. Buying an auction can be a pretty stressful process, but I'm here to try and break down any myths you might have about it, reach out and offer you the same advice that I use when I bid at auctions myself. I always like to be the first bidder. Why, you say? I like to relax myself, get in the zone and focus on the process that we're about to go through. It doesn't have to be about the price or someone you're bidding, it's about being in front and being the leader versus a follower. The real benefit there is that once you hear the next bid, you can understand where you need to go to next without even thinking about it. If there are no further bids after your first one, we'll pass the property into you and start negotiations straight away. So where do you start? Is it high or is it low? It really depends on your personality style. The benefit of starting high is that you'll actually knock out some of the other buyers straight away. Thereby, you're in the box seat to continue the negotiations with the seller straight away. By starting low, it may feel more comfortable, but ultimately all you're doing is encouraging other bidders to bid along with you. And as a buyer, I don't think you want that. The timing of your bidding is also important. Once you've placed your bid and someone else does it next, come straight back on top. It shows dominance that you're here to do business. Let's talk about your budget. I would recommend you come along with a fixed figure in mind that you're looking to spend to, plus or minus a bit of variation. Just in case someone else bids to that level, you need to know what would you do next. So despite your best efforts, we haven't quite reached reserve and the owner is happy to pass the property in your favour. What that means is, to the exclusion of the rest of the market, you have the first right to negotiate. So let's talk about vendor bids. I often get asked in Queensland or New South Wales, how do they work? In Queensland, I have unlimited vendor bids, but in reality, we'll only ever use one, and it's just designed to get the bidding to a point where the owners are starting to say, hey, this is at a serious level to start thinking about. In New South Wales, there is only one vendor bid, and again, it is never in excess of the reserve price, and again, it's just designed to get us into that zone where the owners will start taking consideration to the offer. What is the reserve? Quite simply, it's a piece of paper that says the owners are prepared to sell for this price. It's given to me just before the start of the auction, and it's my job to try and get it in excess of that price. If bidding doesn't reach the reserve price, we can always pause and negotiate with the highest bidder in an effort to try and meet the seller and buyer together. I often get asked the question, when is it on the market? Now that's actually language that's nowhere in the legislation and I'm not required to say it. What you will hear me say though is, we are selling, we are selling. So be prepared if you're in front, you will own the property. I hope you found this information helpful for you, and if you have any more questions about the auction process or bidding, please feel free to give me a call.